Let's go. Let's go. Power. Power. 10. 1. 2. Come on. 3. More. 4. Yes. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10.
Dmitry Bivol is working hard in training camp, focusing on his skills and strategy for the upcoming rematch with Artur Beterbiev. However, Jose Benavidez Sr. believes the rematch between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev will be very close, just like their first fight. He feels that both fighters gave their best, and their styles work well against each other. Benavidez thinks Bivol's speed, movement, and ability to avoid getting hit will give him an edge. He thinks Bivol won the first fight, possibly by just 1 point, and he believes Bivol can win again in the rematch if he stays smart and doesn't get caught by Beterbiev's powerful punches.
Bivol, I think it's going to be kind of the same fight. It's going to be a really close fight. We've seen everything. Both of them were trying to do the best that they could. Both of them, the styles, kind of like work for each other. And I believe in the first fight, Bivol won. I think this fight, I think Bivol can win again. He's a little bit faster. He has more movement, and Beterbiev, he hits hard, and he's probably waiting for that big shot. And Bivol, hopefully he doesn't stay in front of him and get hit with a big shot. So I think I see the same fight.
At the same time, Benavidez Sr. acknowledges that the fight was tight and it could have been scored a draw. While he respects the judge's decision to give Bivol the win, he personally feels that Bivol did enough to come out on top by a slight margin. Ultimately, Benavidez sees the rematch as another close contest, but thinks Bivol has what it takes to come out victorious again.
Bivol again, yeah.
Yeah, Bivol by a little. I think he won by 1 point. Like I said, it was a very close fight. Either to me it could have been a tie. But they gave it to Beterbiev. So at the end of the day, I'm not a judge. But in my mind, I thought he did enough to just win that fight.
Callum Smith, who fought both, shared his thoughts on the rematch between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, emphasizing how close their first fight was. He believes both fighters are extremely skilled, and it was difficult to pick a winner after the first fight, suggesting a draw might have been a fair result. Smith feels Bivol has an advantage in the rematch, as he's younger, fresher, and might be improving with time, while Beterbiev could be showing signs of aging. He pointed out that Beterbiev's previous fight was the toughest of his career, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects him moving forward.
They're both very, very good fighters. I think that showed in the first fight. It was very, very hard to split them. I think I've seen a lot favoured Beterbiev, a lot favoured Bivol. A draw, probably a fair result, but I don't know. I just think second time round, they obviously both know each other well. I just don't know if the timing keeps going on, it favours Bivol a little bit more. He's younger, he's fresher, and Beterbiev, we keep saying it, but he can't keep going on, and that last fight was the toughest fight of his career. It'd be interesting to see how much that has took out of him. And
Smith also reflected on Beterbiev's performance in the first fight, noting that he didn't look as explosive as usual, which could suggest the effects of age. However, he acknowledged that Bivol's sharp performance might have made Beterbiev look older than he is. Ultimately, Smith thinks the rematch will be another close fight, but if he had to choose, he'd favor Bivol this time, given the way he looked in their first encounter.
is he finally going to look his age? I don't know. I think it's going to be another really close fight and tough to pick them, but if I had to side with one, I'd side with Bivol this time.
Do you see a change from Beterbiev from the guy you faced to the one we saw against Bivol in the first fight?
Yeah, but it's hard to say. No, I feel like he didn't look as explosive. He feared to maybe age a little bit, but was that how good Bivol was on the night? Bivol was very, very good. He was very sharp, and he probably made him look that little bit older as well. So it's hard to read too much into either performances. It was a great fight. It was very hard to split them. I just favour Bivol a little bit this time.
Dmitry Bivol's training camp for his rematch with Artur Beterbiev is all about refining his speed and movement. Known for his technical skill and ring IQ, Bivol is working on improving his footwork, accuracy, and defensive strategies.
Let's go. Let's go. Power. Power. 10. 1. 2. Come on. 3. More. 4. Yes. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. Yes, sir. Nice. And kick it. Let's go. Yes, brother. Good. Yes, sir. Right off the bike. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Bivol's team is ensuring he's ready for the aggressive challenge Beterbiev presents, adjusting his game plan to stay elusive while landing precise counters. While Beterbiev's power is a key threat, Bivol is focusing on outworking him, controlling the pace, and staying smart. His camp is designed to help him make the necessary adjustments from their first fight and be even more effective in the rematch.
Good work, good work, good work, good work, good work.
On the other hand, Artur Beterbiev is focusing on increasing his power in training camp. He's putting in extra work with strength and conditioning drills to make his punches even more explosive. Beterbiev aims to sharpen his knockout ability, making sure he's even more dangerous when he faces Bivol in the rematch.
10 seconds. Time! How much? 1 hour? An hour. Like usually? Yeah. Like when I was young, like every Monday. Okay.
Ahead of the fight, Dmitry Bivol shared that every training camp is different, and this time they made some changes. He mentioned that he would reveal more about these adjustments after the fight, keeping the details of his new approach a secret for now.
Yeah, of course, every camp is different, and this time we made some changes also, which I will tell about after the fight only.
Moreover, Anthony Yarde expressed that he believes Artur Beterbiev won the first fight, though he acknowledged it was very close and could have gone either way. While some people called it a robbery, Yarde wasn't sure about that. Looking ahead to the rematch, he sees Beterbiev winning again, but thinks targeting the body more could cause greater damage this time.
I do think Beterbiev won the first fight. It was a close fight. People will start saying stuff about robbery. I don't know about all that. It was a very, very close fight. Could have went either way. And the second fight, I see Beterbiev winning again, if I'm honest. But this time, if he goes to the body a bit more, I think he can cause more damage.
Carl Froch, eager for the rematch, shared that only true boxing fans fully understood the dynamics of the first fight between Beterbiev and Bivol. Looking back, Froch mentioned he had Bivol ahead on his scorecard, which only heightened his excitement for the upcoming bout.
Hey, people say that this fight never really caught fire, but for the purist and the people that understand boxing, that realise what they were watching, would have been on the edge of the seat, mesmerised by the skill level and the quality of both operators. Now, Bivol didn't get the decision. I thought he'd won when I watched it on the night. Beterbiev obviously won. He's unbeaten. Most of his fights have come by knockout. He went the distance with Bivol for the first time.
Froch also gave Bivol some advice, urging him to stay sharp in the final rounds. He noted that Bivol didn't invest enough in those last 3 rounds during the first fight, while Beterbiev kept pressing forward. Froch emphasized that judges often favor a fighter who finishes strong, which might have cost Bivol the win.
I think Bivol maybe needs to look a bit more interested, if that's fair, towards the end of the fight. Maybe around 10, 11 and 12, I think he needs to get more shots off because he finished slow. Beterbiev put it on him a little bit more. It looked like he wanted to be in there a bit more. It looked like he was trying to win and trying to get that victory, and the judges do like that.
Aid Oladipo couldn't hide his excitement, saying he'd been jumping around like a kid ever since the fight card was revealed. He pointed out that although boxing fans have witnessed many incredible fight cards, this one stood out as the best he'd ever seen in his life.
Mate, I'm excited. Honestly, I've been jumping around like a little kid.
Why?
Because this fight card got announced, and look, I know you guys like your boxing, but this is by far the greatest fight card I've ever seen in my life.
Tony Bellew predicted Bivol would win on points in the rematch. He felt Bivol was the better boxer in their first fight, but Beterbiev's pressure and work rate, especially in the championship rounds, earned him the edge. Bellew believed the outcome could have gone either way initially. He stated, "I do think it will be a different outcome with Bivol winning on points. Once again, I thought the first could have gone either way. I thought Bivol was the better boxer on the night, but I thought Beterbiev pressed the whole night and he outplayed outpunched him, he just outworked him, and I think the championship rounds in that fight were big. Belio further praised Bivol's boxing skills, believing he'll learn from the first fight. He also noted that if Beterbiev wins again, he could move on to face Jai Opetaia. He added, "I did like Bivol's boxing, so Bivol has shown us he has the ability. I think he'll learn his lesson from the first fight, but if Beterbiev is successful again, then I think he could take on Jai Opetaia." David Benavidez shared his view on the first fight between Bivol and Beterbiev, stating that he believed Bivol won. He recognized it was a close contest, but felt Bivol controlled most of the rounds with his combination punches. When discussing the rematch, Benavidez was confident Bivol could win again, though he acknowledged both fighters are elite and could adjust their strategies. While unsure if the rematch would play out the same way, Benavidez believed Bivol would come out on top if it did.
I thought Bivol won that fight, to be honest with you. It was a close fight. It could have went. Couldn't have went either way. I feel like Bivol won most of the rounds. He controlled most of the rounds, and his combination punching was better.
Do you think he wins the rematch?
I think he does.
Yeah. Is it different, or do you think it's more?
I mean, I don't know, because both those fighters are both high caliber fighters, so they can make adjustments. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the same fight or not. But if it's the same fight, I feel like Bivol wins.
Chris Algieri shared his excitement about the upcoming fight card, calling it impressive from start to finish. He focused on the main event, noting that while it might not be as dramatic as their first fight, it remains crucial. Algieri stressed that the fight is significant for the weight class, the divisions, and the pound-for-pound rankings, highlighting its importance. He added that the high level of competition makes it a highly anticipated match that will have a big impact on the sport.
You got the main event, which, listen, compared to the last fight, obviously we saw in the first fight, it's not going to be a gangbusters type fight, but it's a very important fight for the weight class, for the divisions, for the pound-for-pound rankings. So the level of that main event is humongous.
Hamza Shiraz predicted that Bivol would win the main event against Beterbiev by unanimous decision. He recognized Bivol as a top-tier fighter and praised the overall high quality of the fights on the card. Shiraz also expressed his gratitude for being part of the event, thanking His Excellency for the opportunity.
Beterbiev is going to win via unanimous decision. But then again, listen, Bivol's a top fighter, so it's a great. All the fights are great fights, man. So it's just a massive honor to be a part of it. So a massive thank you to His Excellency for giving me the opportunity.
Canelo Alvarez shared his excitement about a potential rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev, calling it a fantastic fight. He recognized both fighters as top-notch and felt it would be an exciting matchup once again. When asked about fighting in the light heavyweight division again, Canelo didn't rule it out, keeping the possibility open without giving a firm answer. He remained open to the idea of taking on another challenge at that weight class.
And just one more from me, Beterbiev Bivol, the rematch. What a great fight that is in Saudi. How do you see that playing out, Sal?
It's going to be a really good fight again. Both are great fighters, and
do you see yourself fighting a light heavyweight again?
maybe.
Frank Warren discussed the highly anticipated rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev, calling it a great fight between the two top light heavyweights in the world. He praised their first encounter, describing it as an excellent battle where both fighters showcased their full range of skills. Warren expressed his excitement for the upcoming rematch, emphasizing its significance and the potential for another thrilling bout. He believes it will be a spectacular fight that fans are eagerly looking forward to.
Well, it's a great fight. The best two light heavyweights in the world. Last time round, it was an excellent fight. They displayed all their skills. It's a rematch. That's going to be a great fight.
Roy Jones Jr. spoke highly of Artur Beterbiev, praising his powerful combination of strength and aggression. He noted how Beterbiev's power was a standout feature in the ring, contributing greatly to his success. Despite his aggressive style, Beterbiev maintained a calm, composed expression, never revealing emotion. Jones found this to be a beautiful part of his style, showing remarkable control and focus while landing devastating punches.
Mainly just his power. His power along with his aggression and with his subtle face. He never changes his expression, which is a beautiful thing.
Lonnie B shared his prediction for the rematch, stating that he believes Artur Beterbiev will stop Dmitry Bivol this time. He thought Beterbiev returned too soon after surgery in their first fight, but now he expects a different approach. Lonnie B suggested that Beterbiev would target the body early, potentially leading to a stoppage in the 9th or 10th round. He emphasized that if Beterbiev starts working the body from the first round, he's likely to finish the fight in those later rounds.
Well, then you obviously got Arthur in the rematch. rematch, right? By stoppage.
Yeah, I got Arthur.
Right?
And no
Before?
excuses, but I think Arthur came and fought too fast off that surgery. I think this fight he gonna stop. I think this fight he go to the body more. He gonna stop Bivol.
You think it will be early, or you think it's gonna be a long, late round fight that Bivol's
I think like probably 9 or 10. If Arthur starts to the body in the first round, I think he'd get him out of there about 9 or 10.
Clifton Mitchell shared his thoughts on a recent fight, initially feeling that Bivol had won when watching it live. However, after reviewing the fight on TV, he understood why the judges gave the victory to Beterbiev. Mitchell explained that while Bivol performed well, he appeared uncomfortable in the ring, with many of his punches being blocked by Beterbiev's hands and gloves. Despite this, Mitchell expressed confidence in Beterbiev's performance and predicted a win for him in future matchups.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. Me and Scott Walsh are going to go over.
Well, finally, what's your prediction on that?
Beterbiev. When I was there, I thought Bivol won. When I was there watching the fight, I thought he won. I watched it on telly and I can see why they gave it to Beterbiev. Yeah. I can see why they gave it him. But there, because Bivol did it, but he did it like very uncomfortably. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there, I think he was catching a lot on his hands and his gloves as well. So, yeah, we'll do that after. I'm definitely going back with Beterbiev.
Gareth A. Davies shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev, noting that while Roy Jones Jr. was backing Beterbiev during his UK tour, he believed Bivol would be faster and smarter in the next fight. Davies predicted the fight could go deep into the rounds, possibly reaching round 25, and suggested it might take place in September or October of 2025. He highlighted the high expectations for another exciting clash between these two top fighters. Billy Denise shared his thoughts on the first fight, feeling that Beterbiev was up by 2 or 3 rounds in the first round. He noted that he had a close view of the action and observed that Bivol tried to rely on flurries at the end of rounds, but Beterbiev was making him miss and controlling the pace. Denise pointed out that Beterbiev's pressure and big shots were key, and for Bivol to have a chance in the rematch, he'd need to stand and fight. He predicted that this time, Beterbiev would knock Bivol out.
I had Beterbiev up by 2-3 rounds. You know, I was luckily to be sat so close to the ring, and I think Bivol just thought he could go on the back foot, throw a little flurry at the end of the last 10 seconds and it winning the round, you know, and Beterbiev was making him miss a lot. It looked like he was hitting him, but he wasn't. He was hitting the gloves and stuff, and Beterbiev controlled the pace, the pressure, cut the ring off, big shots landed, and the only way for Bivol to come back from this now, he's got to fight him. You've got to stand there and fight him, and I think this time he's going to knock him out.
Billy Denise emphasized that to beat Beterbiev, Bivol has to fight him because outboxing him requires exceptional fitness and cleverness. He described Beterbiev's relentless pressure and ring cutting, noting that the pace never slows down. Denise, who has sparred with him, said you have to give Beterbiev something to think about to stop his forward march. He believes Bivol's strategy will be to stand and fight, but thinks Beterbiev's relentless style will eventually catch him, leading to a knockout.
Yeah, definitely, you know, you have to fight with Beterbiev. If you can't box him, you've got to be very fit and very, very clever to outbox someone like that. The pressure, the cutting the ring off, he doesn't, all this and that. You've got to be very clever and very fit, because I've been there, sparred him. He does not stop. The pace doesn't slow down. So you've got to stand there and give him something to think, oh, I can't come forward. You need to give him something like that. And I think Bivol's going to try and do that, and that's why he's going to get caught in the crossfire, and then that's why it's going to be night-night.
Sergey Kovalev believed Bivol won the first fight, scoring it 7-5 in his favor. He predicted Bivol would be more confident in the rematch and would win again. Kovalev also suggested that a potential victory for Bivol could lead to a trilogy between the two fighters. He stated, I think the last fight Bivol had 7 rounds against 5 for Beterbiev. He will be more confident for the rematch. He'll get the victory, and then there will be a third fight trilogy coming up. So what are your thoughts on this? Who do you think will come out on top in the most awaited rematch? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.